please consider joining our education and support groups for your unique rising sign. These are groups that have lots of people from different walks of life, from different levels of astrological education, from beginners to experts in the field of astrology. We come together once a month to discuss what we're going through. We support one another while I navigate these groups and teach education about your unique rising sign and about astrology in general. Coming in November of 2021, we'll be shifting into 12 rising sign groups, a group for every single sign. If you want to know what it's like to be with others who share very similar experiences to you, please consider joining the Rising Sign Education and Support Groups, where you can feel supported, feel seen, and be educated with the information I've gained over almost 15 years of working with data and statistics around rising signs and the uniqueness of each rising sign chart. Enjoy this monthly outlook. And last but certainly not least, Pisces rising, welcome to your astrological outlook for the month of September of 2021. This month, we're going to look at your general outlook. For more in-depth look, please consider joining our rising sign groups, where we will be meeting with other Pisces risings just like you to look at your chart and look at the information of your life and to connect with others who understand you. And if one group needs this the most is Pisces rising, like being with people who get it, who get you, because I don't think that's always the case. Anyway, so this month we're looking at Vesta, Venus, Mercury retrograde, and Mars and Sun in the sign of Libra in your 8th house. That's a pretty deep house, man. That's a deep house of connection. Libra in that 8th house is all about deep, intimate relationships, deep, intimate connections. That's our focus for this month in your chart. That's your focus this month in your chart, is deep, intimate connections. There's so much happening in your chart right now in the air signs in the unconscious houses. There's so much about, are you going into your unconsciousness? Are you looking into the relationships of your unconsciousness? How are those relationships impacting you and affecting you? What is that all about? Right? So if you can really own or sink into that energy, it's going to do you a world of good. What is the unconscious? What relationships are you in now, and how are they unconsciously mimicking other relationships? That's probably the best way to say it. Are you in a relationship that you think is like, oh, it's all cool, but actually unconsciously there's all these like ties and connections that are keeping you trapped and like not free from moving on, things like that, things about, especially in the 8th house, we're talking about, it can be like manipulation in relationship. Are you clear about manipulations that could be happening in relationship? Those are all the pieces you're being really asked and invited to look at, the unconscious part of relationship, and how conscious are you or not. So for you, Pisces rising this month, it's really about that, especially for you in these rising sign groups. That's why I would really encourage you to think about joining these groups, because we can make that unconscious conscious, because we have the ability to do that when there are people like myself who can facilitate this group who are not Pisces risings, right? And I know your chart very, very well. So I hope you will consider joining those groups. I hope you have a great September. Again, dive into the unconsciousness of the relationships in your world this month, Pisces rising.